Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Driver's Apex. If you're new to the channel, my name is Thomas Donahue, and I do a lot of how-tos, drives, all that kind of stuff with my E46 M3, as well as my E30, as well as a bunch of detailing with different cars. We just finished up BMW Z8 the other day. Been working on the E46 M3 as well. So what I want to talk about in today's video is this. I've got new bolts for the E30 wheels. These are from Blackforest Industries. And what I want to know, since we're going to take these wheels apart, can we get a really good polish out of using these buffing bobs, I guess, from Harbor Freight, as well as some others polish? Can we get a really nice clean shine? The only way to find out is to do it, so let's get it done. Okay, so one of the things that we need to do is we need to release the air, all the air. I also got a valve stem core removal tool, but you'll see why while we're working on this. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, that one is definitely ugly. Let's see if we can tilt it forward some. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, see that one right there? There's a bunch of bolts that look like that. There's a bunch of them. Look at that one. Oh, it's here. Yeah, you can see how bad that looks. So we're gonna remove all these. These are BBS ones. I need to find someone that I can send these to have them refurbished. That would be the goal. Because it is neat having the BBS branded bolts on there. The Blackforest Industries, of course, are not, but that's okay. What I want is at least a cleaner looking wheel. Let's get the valve stem core removal tool. All right. Specific to this wheel. Now we're not going to loosen this up. We're just going to work around that. That's fine. It's got like a thread sealant around it. I don't want to deal with that. What I want to do is I want to make sure all the air is removed. All right, so it's an E8, the impact, because I still want to get them refinished if they're salvageable. That would be the goal. So what we'll do is we'll loosen these as much as possible, and then we'll just slowly impact them off. You can see the ceramic still holding up, and it's the CarPro Deluxe, and it's handled pretty well. It's stood the test of time. We're at least, I don't know, I think I made a video on it. I'd say we're probably a solid 6 months in. I've got some duct tape in the garage. I'm gonna have to get some more. I don't have enough probably to do all the wheels. But so far, it looks as if it is sticking, and sticking pretty well, to be honest. I'm not worried about it on the ceramic. I don't think it's going to cause any issues there. But I need to make sure that I have something that sticks so that I avoid destroying the painted surface of the wheels. And it looks like duct tape. Good old duct tape is the best thing to use right now. Look at that. All right, so I just put this in the middle just to minimize any spray, stuff like that, because what I don't want to deal with is a bunch of polish all over the painted surfaces. Well, it's not the end of the world if I can minimize as much as possible. Let's do this. Let's use some of the tape that I couldn't use before, but it'll make life a little bit easier. I don't want to use, I'd like to avoid trying to clean them with polish. All right, so I've got the Milwaukee. I've got my 3/8 adapter. This is this here. So this is item number 65000 or 65,000. Got this at Harbor Freight. It was like $4 or something like that. Also got this one at Harbor Freight. These are the ones that I experimented with. So let's dive into this and let's see what we can get done. Mother's polish, we're talking what, $8 or something like that. let's try to turn this, because I don't think you guys are going to see this cut from the other side. Okay, now let's zoom in. All right, I think that'll be better. I don't know that I'd be very happy if I was watching and everything was invisible almost. So let's do this. Let's just spread some product here. Their drill. Now the key with the drill that I have learned is speed is not your friend. Rather just use what I got. And then what we're gonna need to do next is go behind and hand polish it. I can already see a difference. Well, it looks substantially shinier. So let's do this. Let's get in here. Now, here's where it's going to be tricky. It's all in there, but I'm confident that we can tackle that with the tools that we have. It's probably going to be something like this, and then working on the inside. Let's just keep working this. In this towel, it's not a super smooth towel, but it's not a towel that's going to scratch either. It's going to allow for me to work the product in as much as possible, get a really nice shine out of it without scratching. Some of these towels look really nice, but they're just ready to be retired, so I'm going to start using these towels more often for some of these dirtier guys. They're kind of on their last leg. Let's do this. You can already see right here like, how much shinier that looks. Oh yeah, much shinier than that. It'd be nice if it was a little bit taller, just to fit in here. So probably what I would do is I would start here first. So on the next part, I'll start down here and then work my way up. Yep, see that? We got to be careful with right there because I can see. So if you're using a drill, be real careful if you're using on like a 2 or 3 piece wheel like this and trying to get into that lip, that you don't hit it with the chuck part of the drill like that. I can see already a substantial difference. There's a beautiful shine here, and then it's a little dull. I shouldn't say a little dull, it's much duller. Let me pull this off. All right, yeah, so you can see there, and then you can see the shine there. You can see that haze right there, and then there's substantially less haze here. It's really shiny. Yep, there we go. Now we got it on camera. You can see all of the kind of the scratch marks, and then if we turn, it's really shiny. Let's try to work the camera angle. Much shinier. So I think we're doing good, guys. Alright, so I already could see quite the difference. I hope all of you can as well. That it looks much shinier. I think it looks really good, to be honest. Stay. Yeah, that's a nice shine. That looks really good. What I'm gonna do, I said it again, what I want to do is I still want to get in here and just do a little bit more work. I'll do it off camera. There's a couple spots here that I just want to touch up. Just want them to look even cleaner. And then what I'll do afterwards is, after this is cleaned up even more, is we'll remove this, we'll start cleaning, and then we'll put the bolts on. That'll be the big part, is putting on the bolts. So they're gonna look so much better. All right, so we are ready to start the process of installing these bolts. So let's go to the torque wrench. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with 14 foot-pounds. It's between 14 and 18 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't take a lot of torque, but what I'm debating is, should I use a thread locker or not? That's really where I'm stuck right now. So let's go to 168. So 168 inch-pounds would be 14 foot-pounds. What I might do is just add a dab of just blue thread locker, just for a little piece of knowledge. Alright, so I want to look at length, make sure everything looks the same. They're not tapered at the end in the same way, but the bolt itself is still the same length. But we can see that there's quite a difference. Just, if we can get close, look at that. That's all the rust and the damage that was done by one of the wheel shops, the places here in Tucson that says they can build two-piece wheels. So what we'll do is we'll start with these. Let's just do a tiny dab. Nothing too crazy. All right, yep, make sure I'm in camera. All right. It's beyond my comprehension. I can see if you're not worried about reusing them anymore and you just want to get them out, but even then I worry, what if you broke them inside? The list goes on and on. probably closer to 40. All right, guys, so you saw that. All these are torqued down. It's all looking fresh. So did 14 foot-pounds, brand new bolts. I think we're probably fine at 14 foot-pounds, especially with some thread lock. I think it's just fine. I'm not too worried about it. But as you can see, I think these wheels look much, much better. Much better shine. Let's try to get them closer. Yeah, so you can see the shine here. You can see all the bolts look nice and clean. Everything's cleaned up. I think it's going to look really good. What we'll do is we'll move the wheel to the front of the car and we'll do a comparison of sorts. All right, so let's do a comparison here. Okay, so this is on the front. Ooh, those are the fronts and the rears. So you can see, like, there's a lot of like striations. It's just kind of cloudy. And then if we come over here, there's a real, like, yeah, you can just see, I think here, just it's a deeper, like, shine. It's a more gray. Let's see if we can move this there. Let's see. It is tricky to show, because even when these are just like half-ass, it's not that bad, but these, big difference in the shine. Yeah, that looks really good. Nice clean bolts, nice and shiny. So, yeah, you can just see it's kind of cloudy. It's like a milkiness, and then this is mirror shine. And then for another comparison, those to this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, such a difference. Those are great wheels, even better wheels. Looks so good. You can see that lip and the shine. All right, everyone, I think we answered the question, can these cheap Harbor Freight polishing pads do a decent job? Now, we're not talking professional, perfect job. Can they do a decent job? The answer is yes. Are they of the greatest quality? Absolutely not. With one of them, I think you've got to be very careful. There's a screw that mounts and holds it together. Be very careful when you're using that particular one. It's the real thin one, that you don't get too close to the screw head coming to something that's sensitive, so i.e. aluminum lip, something like that. So take great care with those pieces. What I'll do is in the description, I'll link each of the pieces that I did use, and I'll list as well of those which I think were the better, or those that are my favorites. So I hope I helped answer some questions. You can polish your wheels pretty cheap, and what I like about them versus those big foam polishing adapters that you use on your drill is that you can get in there pretty easy without causing damage to other parts of the wheel. So if your wheels are all put together, these are nice and small. They get into really good tight spaces. So I recommend it. If you're on a budget, some others polish, some Harbor Freight polishing bobs, I think as they call it, or pads, and you'll have a nice set of shiny wheels. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, drop those comments in the comment section. I love answering questions. I like to answer them as quickly as possible. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. It means that we can produce more content. And as the channel keeps growing, we can keep increasing the quality and the complexity of some of the projects that we have. So stay tuned for more projects, and I appreciate you watching.